The whistle pierced the air like a gunshot, and I hit the turf so hard my teeth rattled, tasting blood and regret as the roar of the crowd faded into a dull hum. Coach Harlan's shadow loomed over me, his voice a gravelly thunder. "Get up, Ellis! You call that a tackle? My grandma hits harder, and she's been dead 10 years. In that split second, as his calloused hand yanked me to my feet, our eyes locked, and for the first time, I saw not fury in those steel-blue depths, but something raw, something that mirrored the ache I'd buried since freshman year. I never figured I'd end up here, sprawled in the mud of Carver Stadium under the relentless Nebraska sky, chasing a dream that felt more like a ghost than a goal. My name's Jake Ellis, 21, a walk-on wide receiver for the Huskers, the kind of player who warms the bench so long it creaks under the weight of unmet potential. Back in high school, in that dusty corner of Omaha where cornfields bleed into suburbia, I was the star, the kid who dodged defenders like they were bad memories and hauled in passes that made scouts whisper about scholarships. But college, that's where the world sharpens its edges. One bad knee from a playoff fumble, and suddenly I'm the guy fetching Gatorades, watching golden boys like Tyler, the Cannon, Reed light up the scoreboard, while I gnawed along like a loyal dog. Coach Harlan was the reason I stuck it out. God, he was a force, mid-40s, built like a brick wall from years of grinding through Big Ten wars, with a jaw that could cut glass and eyes that scanned the field like a hawk spotting prey. They called him the Iron Duke behind his back, a nod to his old playing days at Penn State. But to us, he was just Harlan, the man who ran drills until your lungs burned and your soul begged for mercy. He didn't coddle, didn't praise unless you'd earned it 10 times over. And me? I was invisible, or so I thought. That first hookup tackle in practice wasn't some fluke. It was the universe cracking open. We'd been running two-a-days for weeks, the August heat turning the field into a skillet, and I'd been off dropped balls, sluggish routes, the works. Tyler had just smoked me on a post pattern, leaving me grasping at air, when Harlan blew the whistle. The team froze as he stormed over, his clipboard snapping against his thigh like a whip. "Ellis!" His bark echoed off the bleachers. "You think this is Pee-wee? You gonna let Reed dance circles around you all season?" The guys snickered, Tyler included, that smug grin plastered on his all-American face. I pushed up on my elbows, mud caking my face mask, and met his glare. "No, sir. Won't happen again." He crouched down, close enough I could smell the leather of his whistle and the faint tang of his aftershave. Something woodsy, like pine after rain. "Damn right it won't. You're better than this half-assed bullshit. Or have you forgotten why you suited up?" His words hit like a blindside block. Forgotten? Hell, I'd replayed that why every night in my cramped dorm, staring at the ceiling fan's lazy spin. It wasn't just football. It was escape. From the small-town whispers about the sensitive kid who preferred books to beers, from the dad who gripped my shoulder too tight at graduation and muttered, "Make us proud, son," like it was a plea. And yeah, from the secret I'd locked away. The way my heart tripped over itself around guys like Tyler, all broad shoulders and easy laughs, even if I knew it'd never go anywhere. Harlan stood, offering that hand, rough, steady, and pulled me up with a grunt. Our palms connected and time stuttered. His grip lingered a beat too long, thumb brushing my knuckles in a way that wasn't coach to player. I yanked back, heat flooding my face under the helmet, and jogged to the huddle like nothing happened. But everything had. That night, as I iced my knee in the training room, his words looped in my head. "You're better than this." For the first time in months, I believed it. Practice ramped up as fall semester kicked into gear, the air crisp with the promise of game days. Lincoln buzzed, tailgates firing up at 6 a.m., scarlet banners flapping from every porch like war flags. I threw myself into it, hitting the weight room at dawn, diagramming plays until my eyes crossed. Harlan noticed, not with pats on the back, that wasn't his style, but with nods during film sessions, a curt solid route after a crisp cut. The team started ribbing me. "Ellis got the magic touch? Coach's pet now." Tyler clapped me on the back once. Too hard. His voice laced with that fake bro love. "Keep it up, man. Might even see the field if you don't trip over your own feet. Off the field, life was a tightrope. My roommate, Nate, was straight as an arrow, blasting country anthems and chasing sorority girls like it was his job. I played along, nursing warm beers at parties, laughing at their hookup stories while my mind wandered to safer places. Old movies on TCM, the way the Platte River glittered at sunset. Gay in the heartland? It was like being the only vegan at a steakhouse. Possible, but you'd better keep your mouth shut. I'd come out to my mom's sophomore year, over burnt pancakes in her tiny kitchen. She hugged me fierce, whispered, "You're my boy, Jake." Always. But Dad, he just stared at the TV, volume cranked on some game, and never mentioned it again. One rainy Tuesday, after a brutal scrimmage where we got our asses handed to us by the scout team, Harlan called me into his office. The athletic complex smelled like old sweat and ambition, fluorescent lights humming overhead. His space was Spartan. Desk piled with playbooks, a faded Nittany Lions helmet on the shelf, a single photo of him hoisting a trophy, grin wide and unguarded. I knocked, heart hammering like I'd flunked a pop quiz. "Enter," he growled, not looking up from his laptop. I stepped in, still in my pads, feeling like a kid summoned to the principal. "You wanted to see me, coach?" He leaned back, steepling his fingers, those blue eyes pinning me in place. "Sit." The chair creaked under me. Rain pattered against the window, blurring the view of the empty lot. "You've been working hard, Ellis. I see it. But hard ain't enough. Not here." I swallowed, nodding. "I know, sir. Just trying to find my spot." He chuckled, low and rough, like tires on gravel. "Your spot? Kid, the field's big enough for scrappers like you. But you gotta believe it." He paused, rubbing his jaw, silver stubble catching the light. "Remind me of myself at your age. All fire, no focus. Nearly washed out before I figured it." The vulnerability in his tone caught me off guard. Harlan, the Harlan, admitting weakness? I leaned forward. "What changed it for you?" His gaze drifted to that photo, then back. "A coach who saw through the crap. Told me I was worth the fight, even when I didn't believe him. A beat. You worth it, Ellis?" The question hung, heavy as the storm outside. I wanted to say yes, to spill how every drill was a battle against the doubt gnawing my insides, how football was the one place I felt whole, until lately, when it twisted into something more, glances lingering on the curve of a teammate's neck, the flex of Harlan's forearms as he demonstrated a block. "Yeah," I said finally, voice steady. "I am." He nodded, slow, like sealing a pact. "Good. Now get out of here before I make you run suicides." As I stood, he added softer. "And Jake? Keep fighting. Jake, not Ellis." My name on his lips felt like sunlight breaking clouds. The next weeks blurred into a rhythm. Dawn runs along the wooded trails by Pioneers Park, where leaves crunched underfoot and the world felt new. Film breakdowns in the dim projector room, Harlan's voice a steady anchor as he broke down my footwork. We talked more about the game, sure, but edges of life too. His divorce 2 years back, the ex who couldn't handle the hours, my folks' quiet pride from afar. One evening, after a late session, we grabbed greasy burgers at Runza, the local dive where the air smelled of cabbage rolls and nostalgia. He laughed, a real one, head thrown back, at my story of the time I accidentally tackled the referee in Pee Wee. "Sounds like you, Ellis. All heart, zero aim." Sitting there, neon sign buzzing overhead, rain slicking the windows, I realized this was dangerous territory. Harlan wasn't just coach. He was becoming confessor, the one guy who saw me without the mask. And God help me, I wanted more. The way his knee brushed mine under the table, accidental but electric. The crinkle at his eyes when he smiled. It was a spark in dry tinder, and I was terrified it'd burn us both. Game 1 loomed. Opener against Iowa State, sold-out crowd, national broadcast. Pressure cooker. In the locker room pre-pep talk, Harlan paced like a caged lion, veins bulging in his neck. "This ain't just a W, boys. It's a statement. We bleed scarlet." His eyes swept the room, landing on me last, longer than the others. A nod. My cue. Halftime, we were down 14-7. Offense sputtering like a bad carburetor. I paced the sidelines, towel over my shoulders, when Tyler jogged up, helmet dangling. "Hey man, you good?" Coach has that look, like he's about to bench the whole line. I forced a grin. "Yeah, just need a spark." He clapped my shoulder, grip lingering. "You're it, Jake. Showing." Tyler was like that. Charming, effortless, the kind of guy who made you question everything. I'd crushed on him freshman year, before reality bit. He was straight, married to the game and a cheerleader named Becca. But moments like this, they stirred the embers. Third quarter, lightning struck. Third and long, Harlan signaled me in my first real snap. The crowd's roar hit like a wave as I lined up, heart thundering. Snap. I exploded off the line, faking the cornerback, cutting sharp on the slant. The ball spiraled true from the QB, nestling into my hands like it belonged there. 20 yards, touchdown. Memorial Stadium erupted, Scarlet Sea waving. I spiked the ball, pumping fists, and in the chaos, locked eyes with Harlan across the field. He didn't cheer. He just stood there, arms crossed, a ghost of a smile on his lips. Pride. Pure, unfiltered. We won 28-24. Post-game, the locker room was electric, high-fives, whoops, beer showers from contraband cans. Harlan pulled me aside in the tunnel. Voice low amid the din, "Told you, Ellis. Worth the fight." Our hands met again, brief, firm, and this time neither pulled away first. That touchdown wasn't just 6 points. It was a key turning in a lock I didn't know was rusted shut. Overnight, I went from bench fodder to the sleeper, local rags running my mug, next to headlines like, "Husker hero emerges from shadows." Practices shifted. Harlan drilling me harder. Sure, but with an undercurrent of expectation, like he was sculpting something precious from rough stone. We'd linger after, him tossing me tips over coffee at the diner on O Street, steam rising from mugs as Lincoln streetlights flickered on. "Footwork's your edge, Jake. Make 'em chase ghosts." It was in those quiet hours I started unraveling him. Harlan grew up in Pittsburgh steel country, son of a mill worker who drank too much and dreamed too little. Football saved him, scholarship to Penn State, a pro tryout that ended in a shattered ankle. "Learned quick," he'd say, flexing his scarred calf under the booth table. "Life don't hand out second acts. Julgrebing." No bitterness, just that steely resolve. And beneath it, loneliness, etched in the lines around his eyes. The way he'd check his phone after every call, hoping for a ghost. Me? I spilled easier than I meant to. The coming out call with Mom, her voice cracking over the line. "Baby, love's love. Just be safe." Dad's silence, a wall thicker than any line he coached. How I dated a girl in high school to fit the script, kissing her under homecoming lights while my mind wandered to the quarterback's easy grin. Harlan listened. No judgment, just a nod and, "Takes guts, kid." More than most of these hotshots got. The team felt it too, the shift. Tyler pulled me into the starting rotation, our routes syncing like we'd been partners forever. "You're on fire, Ellis," he'd say, slapping my pads after a crisp practice catch. His energy was infectious, all that golden boy charisma, but it stirred complications. One night, after a bar hop at the other room, a dive with sticky floors and drag shows on weekends, Nate dragged me to the back alley for a smoke. "Dude, Tyler's asking about you. Thinks you're solid." "Careful, man. Becca's got claws." I laughed it off. But inside, a tangle. Tyler was safe fantasy, unattainable, no risk. Harlan was the minefield. Week 3, against Wisconsin, the air turned electric with rivalry. Camp Randall's sea of red and white baying like wolves. Our bus rumbling through Madison like invaders. I started, nerves jangling, but the first drive? Magic. Slant to me for 12, then a screen where I stiff-armed a linebacker into next week. Harlan's play calling was poetry, aggressive, bold, and by halftime we led 17-10. In the locker, he gripped my shoulder, breath warm against my ear. "Keep owning it, Jake. You're carrying us." That touch lingered through the second half, a talisman. We eked out a 24-21 win on a last-second field goal, the stadium a cauldron of booze as we stormed the field. Post-game presser. Harlan deflected praise my way. Ellis? Kid's got heart. Proves you don't need stars to shine. Reporters ate it up, flashing bulbs blinding as I mumbled thanks, cheeks burning. Back in Lincoln, the high faded into routine, but something simmered. Late October, a scout from the CFL dropped by practice. Tall Canadian with a clipboard, eyeing me like fresh meat. Harlan cornered me after. Heard the talk. You thinking pro? I shrugged, toweling sweat from my neck. Maybe, if the knee holds. His face tightened, a flicker of something. Worry? Don't chase ghosts, Jake. This game's a jealous lover. Takes everything, gives scraps. We were in the equipment room, shadows long from the setting sun slanting through high windows. Gear racks loomed like sentinels, the air thick with liniment and leather. He stepped closer, voice dropping. You've got more than ball in you. College, family. Don't let it chew you up. Our eyes held, inches apart, and the air crackled. I could see the pulse in his throat, feel the heat radiating off him. My mouth went dry. What about you, coach? You ever let it chew? He exhaled, ragged, hand rising like it had a mind, hovering near my arm, then dropping. Every damn day, a beat. But you're different. Fresh start. The words hung, loaded. I wanted to bridge that gap to ask what he meant, but the door banged open. Tyler, bellowing about pizza. Harlan stepped back, mask slamming down. Hit the showers, Ellis. That night, alone in my dorm, rain lashing the window like accusations, I paced. What the hell was that? Mentor stuff? Or more? I'd buried crushes before, quick, efficient, like packing away winter clothes. But Harlan? He was everywhere. In my dreams, waking tangled in sheets. In the mirror, critiquing my form with his phantom voice. Gay in the closet, yeah, but this felt bigger, deeper, like fate had dealt a wild card. The betrayal brewed slow, like a storm front rolling in from the plains. It started with whispers, team chat blowing up about the golden trio. Me, Tyler, and QB Mike. Our offense clicking like a well-oiled machine. Wins piled up, 6-1 by November, bowl buzz humming. But egos swell in victory. Tyler, ever the showman, started needling during lifts. Ellis, you hit that slant like a pro. Scouts say anything. Personal. His wink was playful, but it landed wrong, stirring that old ache. Then came the party. Post-Purdue blowout at some off-campus house on Holdridge. Bass thumping through walls papered in Husker memorabilia. Kegs flowed, shots lined up like soldiers. I nursed a beer, chatting with Nate about midterms, when Tyler slung an arm around me. Small, Jake. Loosen up. You're killing it out there. His breath was beery, eyes glassy. Becca was inside, giggling with sorority sisters, oblivious. We ended up on the back porch, stars sharp overhead, joint passing between us. My first, lungs burning sweet. Tyler leaned in, conspiratorial. You know Coach has your back, right? Pulled strings for that scout visit. Said you're special. He air-quoted, laughing, but it twisted in my gut. Special how? The high hit, world softening at edges, and Tyler kept talking. About pressure, his dad's expectations, how Becca wanted a ring postseason. Sometimes I just want to bolt, you know? Find real. His hand landed on my thigh, casual, but it froze me. Time stretched, his face close, lips parted. Panic surged. I bolted inside, mumbling excuses, puking in the bathroom sink as the room spun. Morning brought regrets hangover. Practice was hell, Harlan's eyes sharp, sensing my fog. Shake it, Ellis. Focus. Tyler avoided me, all bro nods and distance. Fine by me. But the seed was planted. Lines blurring, trust fraying. Mid-season by week, Harlan invited the starters to his place. A modest rancher on the edge of town, overlooking soy fields. Team build, he called it, grilling brats and burgers, cooler stocked with bush lights. The guys piled in, rowdy, but I hung back, nursing a soda on the deck. Dusk painted the sky lavender, fireflies winking like secrets. Harlan joined me, plate in hand. Not drinking, heads still pounding from last night. Truth was, I needed clarity. He grunted, settling into the Adirondack. Heard about the party. Tyler's got a mouth when he's lit. My stomach dropped. What did he say? Nothing I didn't suspect. He stared at the horizon, jaw tight. Kids lost. Thinks shortcuts fix everything. I turned, searching his profile. And me? What do you suspect? Silence stretched, crickets chirping chorus. Finally, that you're fighting more than plays, Jake. And you're winning. His hand found mine on the armrest. Not gripping, just there, warm anchor. My breath hitched. This was it, the line we'd towed for months. I didn't pull away. Neither did he. The door slid open, laughter spilling out. Mike yelling for coach. Harlan's fingers squeezed once, then withdrew. Go on. Night's young. I stumbled inside, heart a drum solo, but the moment lodged deep. That night, driving home through starlit backroads, radio crooning Springsteen, I admitted it. I was falling. Hard. For the man who held my dreams in his whistle. And it terrified me more than any fourth-quarter deficit. But love, real love, doesn't announce itself with fanfare. It creeps in, quiet as dawn, until one day you're knee-deep, no shore in sight. November's chill bit deep, frosting the goalposts and turning breath to ghosts on the field. We were 8-1, playoff whispers turning to roars, but the air crackled with unseen fractures. Tyler's distance grew. Texts unanswered, routes misread in practice, like he'd built a wall overnight. I chalked it to stress. His stats dipping, scouts circling like vultures. Becca posted cryptic Insta stories, all wine glasses and shadowed faces. Me? I buried it in reps, in Harlan's late-night texts. Film tomorrow? 7 a.m. Simple, but they lit me up like game lights. The conflict ignited quietly, a spark in dry grass. After a walkthrough, Tyler cornered me in the showers. Steam thick, echoes hollow. We good, Jake. Water sluiced down his back, casual as ever, but his eyes were hard. Yeah, man. Why wouldn't we be? He snorted, soaping up. That porch thing got weird. You bolted like I had cooties. A laugh, forced. Becca thinks you're, into dudes. Joking, right? Ice in my veins. The joint haze, his hand, had I misread? Or him? What the hell, Ty? We were buzzed. He shrugged, rinsing. Just saying. Coach hears shit like that? Could tank you. Us. Threat? Warning. Line blurred. I dressed fast, storming out, anger a hot coal. Harlan's office door was ajar. I barged in, slamming it. He looked up from stats sheets, brow furrowing. Ellis? What's eating? Tyler's full of shit. I exploded, pacing. Acting like I'm the problem. Like one dumb night means. Harlan stood, hands raised. Slow down. What happened? The words tumbled. The party, the touch, the accusation. Harlan's face darkened, not at me, at Tyler. He's scared. Stats slipping, pressure mounting. Lashing out. Scared of what? Me? My voice cracked. Raw. Or. Us. The room stilled. The word hung, electric. Harlan crossed to me, close enough to touch. Jake. Soft like a prayer. His hand cupped my shoulder, thumb tracing my collarbone through the shirt. Intentional now, no accident. Heat bloomed. This, whatever's building, it's real. But it's a minefield. I'm your coach. You're everything. I leaned in, foreheads touching, breaths mingling. Then why does it feel right? Because it is. His whisper feathered my skin. Then, gentle as sin, his lips brushed mine. Tentative testing. World narrowed to that point. Salt and pine, years of restraint unraveling in a heartbeat. I kissed back, hands fisting his shirt, pouring out the ache. It wasn't fire. It was hearth warm, steady, home. We broke apart, gasping, reality crashing in. Shit, he muttered, stepping back, running hands through salt and pepper hair. Can't. Not like this. Why? Desperation clawed. I'm not a kid, Harlan. I know what I want. He shook his head, pained. Rules. The program. And you deserve better than stolen moments. But his eyes, God, those eyes, betrayed him, hungry. We agreed, pause. Focus on the field. But the kiss lingered, a secret brand. The next game against Ohio State was Armageddon. Horseshoe Stadium, 100K Buckeye faithful howling. We scrapped to a 14-all tie at half. My catches keeping us alive. Diving grabs, yards after catch. But Tyler? Fumbled twice, audible ignored. Harlan benched him fourth quarter, inserting the backup. Tyler exploded in the locker tunnel post-loss. 27-21 gut punch. Shoving lockers, screaming at no one. This is bullshit. I'm the fucking engine. I grabbed his arm. Cool it, Ty. We fought. He whirled, venom spitting. You, Mr. Golden Boy? Coach's little project. Face twisted. Think I don't see? The looks. The talks. He's grooming you, man. For more than plays. The bomb dropped. Teammates froze, whispers rippling. Harlan stormed in, voice steel. Read. Now. Tyler stormed off, but damage done. Eyes on me, suspicious. That night, Harlan called. Voice wrecked. Jake, meet me. Park by the river. Please. Pioneers under sodium lamps, Platt murmuring dark secrets. He waited on a bench, collar up against wind. I sat, space between us a chasm. Tyler's poison. Spread lies to the AD. Inappropriate relationship. Investigation pending. Betrayal hit like a sack. Tyler's yes, but Harlan's too? You knew. Guessed. Tried to head it off. He gripped my knee, urgent. I shut it down. Told him it's bullshit. But Jake, we can't. Not now. Tears stung. So that's it? One kiss, and poof. No. Fierce. It's us against this crap. But I won't ruin you. He pulled me close, hug bone-crushing. You're my heart, kid. Always were. We clung there, world fading, until headlights swept. Patrol car, routine. We parted, ghosts. The probe dragged. Interviews, sidelong glances. Team splintered, half loyal, half whispering. Harlan coached through steel, but I saw the toll, weight lost, smiles rare. Me? I played possessed, 300 yards receiving in the northwestern route, silencing doubters. But inside, shattered. Thanksgiving break, I fled to Omaha. Mom's kitchen smelled of turkey and sage. Dad gruff over pie. Heard about the drama. Keep your head down, son. No questions on the gay thing, just football, safe ground. But alone in my old room, posters peeling, I broke. Curled on the bed, sobs racking. Missing Harlan's voice like air. Back in Lincoln, snow dusting the campus. The Black Friday game loomed. Michigan, undefeated, Big Ten decider. Pressure Everest high. Tyler returned, sullen, stats mechanical. Pre-game, Harlan's speech was legend, raw. Unscripted. This game's life. Fights, falls, rises. We bleed for each other. His eyes found mine. For us. Kickoff. Blizzard brewing. Flakes swirling like confetti from hell. First quarter, we traded blows. Me hauling in a 40-yard bomb through double coverage. Tyler stiff-arming for a first down. Tied 7-7. Second, disaster. Fumble on our 20, Wolverine pick six. Down 14-7. Harlan's adjustments fierce. Blitz packages. Quick slants. I torched them. Screen for 25. Post for TD. Tied. Halftime locker. Tyler snapped, shoving me. Your routes are stealing my shit. Fist clenched. I shoved back. Grow up, Ty. Team first. Harlan waded in, separating. Enough. Thunder. This ends now or you're both gone. Tension snapped. Third quarter, Michigan surged 21-14. Our D held, but offense stalled. Fourth, 2 o'clock left, down 7. Ball on their 45. No huddle. Tyler audibled wrong, slant instead of go. Ball sailed. I adjusted, leaping, fingertips grazing leather. Incomplete. Crowd's roar drowned hope. On fourth down, Harlan signaled. Fade to me. Deep ball, one-on-one with their corner. Snap. I released world-slowing steps. Cut. Leap. Ball hung, perfect arc collision, helmet to ribs, pain exploding. I twisted, snatching it midair, dragging both feet. Touchdown. 30 seconds left. Overtime, we kicked FG. They answered. 2 OT. Fumble forced, we scored. Victory, 41-38. Stadium delirious. Snow a whiteout blur. But joy soured. Tyler, in the melee, cornered Harlan. This your fault. Favoring him. Voice carrying. Everyone knows. Harlan's fist connected, clean, jaw shot. Tyler crumpled.
Chaos. Refs. AD. Lights flashing.
Assault charge pending. Harlan ejected. Suspended. In the bus, silent ride home, he sat alone rear. I slipped back, whispering, why? Couldn't let him poison you. Bruised knuckles. Worth it. My heart fractured. Love, yes, but at what cost? The fallout hit like a nor'easter. Swift, unrelenting, burying everything under drifts of scandal. Harlan's suspension. Indefinite. Pending review. Headlines screamed, Husker coach in fistfight. Favoritism or fury? Tyler lawyered up, spinning tales of toxic environment. Whispers of inappropriate advances aimed at me like arrows. The AD called me in, sterile office, coffee bitter as regret. Jake level with us. Anything. Unprofessional. I stared at my hands, calluses from grips and grasps. No, sir. Coach has been straight up. Tyler's lashing, jealous, maybe. They nodded, unconvinced, but let me go. Team fractured deeper. Petitions circulated. Support Harlan versus Clean House. Protests outside the Coliseum. Students chanting. Signs waving like battle flags. Lincoln felt besieged. The Heartland's code of brotherhood cracking under spotlights. Me? I suited up for practices under interim coach. A bland tactician named Ruiz, all diagrams no fire. Routes ran rote, huddles hushed. Tyler smirked from across the line. Healed jaw shadowed by a shiner. Told you, Ellis. Ends bad. I ignored him, channeling rage into cuts and catches. But nights? Sleepless marathons, scrolling Harlan's empty Insta. Last post a game pic. Caption. Fight on. Texts unanswered. He'd gone dark. Holed up in that rancher, walls closing in. Final regular season. Penn State, his alma mater. Irony bitter. We traveled east, Greyhound rumbling through Pennsylvania hills, snow-capped like old grudges. I called him pre-dawn, voicemail beeping, Harlan, it's me, miss your voice. Whatever comes, we face it. Click, sent. Beaver Stadium, 107K, wide-out frenzy. Air electric with history, Harlan's ghost everywhere. Banners from 80s glory. We started flat, down 10-0 early. Ruiz's calls timid. Offense sputtered. Halftime. 17-7 hole.
Locker grim. Heads bowed. No spark.
Tyler piped up, unprompted. This ain't us. Coached say fight dirty. Eyes met mine, not venom, but spark. Truce? Second half, we clawed. My slant for 15, Tyler's block springing Mike for 30. Tied 17-17. For a clock left. Their drive. Clock bleeding, us gassed. Fourth and inches, they go for it. Stuffed. Ball hours at midfield.
No huddle.
I audible, freelance, Harlan style. Double move. Deep post. Snap. I flew, faking inside, breaking vertical. Ball arced, defender lunging. Collision, helmet whip, vision blackening. I hung on, stumbling into end zone. TD. Lead. Their Hail Mary. Intercepted. 24-17 win. Pandemonium, Husker hug pile, but hollow without him. Post-game, Tyler found me in the tunnel, extended hand. Good grab, man. Sorry. For everything. I shook, wary. Yeah. Clean slate. He nodded, gone. But trust? Shattered mosaic. Back west. Bowl bid. Fiesta. Against Oregon. High stakes, Harlan's fate hanging. AD meeting. Coach cleared, self-defense. Tyler recants. Relief flooded, but bruises lingered. Reputation scarred. Harlan returned midweek. Press conference packed. I'm back, and we're finishing strong. Eyes found mine in the crowd. Promise. Practice reignited. Fire restored. Drills ferocious. Late night. His office. Door locked. Jake. Arms crushed me. Kiss fierce. Months hunger unleashed. Missed you. We talked. Plans, futures. Him. After this? I retire. Or lateral. Can't lose you. Me. Pro tryout? If it fits us. Bowl week. Glendale, Arizona. Sun blazing. Palms swaying incongruous with Midwest grit. Hotel buzzed. Media. Banquets. Egos inflated. Tyler and I mended slow, shared reps, inside jokes resurfacing. Remember that scout? He grinned. CFL wants you bad. Game day. Dome thundering. 70K neutral but electric. Oregon flashy, speed demons, tricks galore. First half. Shootout. 21-21. My 80 yards, 2 TDs, but their RB gashed us. Halftime. Harlan's roar. Depth. Heart. This is legacy. We emerged wolves. Third. Turnover chain, fumble forced, pick on tip. I struck. Jet sweep reverse. 40 yards untouched. 28-21. Fourth. Down 28-24. 2 o'clock left. Our 20. Drive of lifetimes. Slants, outs, me snagging third down dagger. Clock at 0:15, they're 30. Spike. Huddle. Harlan signaled, post to me. But audible, Tyler saw blitz, changed to screen. Snap. Chaos, line crumbles, QB flushed. Tyler flares right. I block, but he slips. Pass hot, tipped, intercepted. Returned to our 40. Overtime loomed, but no, clock killed their FG try. Blocked. Ours. Final drive. Kneel down. Wait, no, 28-24 lead? Wait, turnover gave them life. Their OT drive stalled. Ours? TD run. Win 34-31. Champions? No, but bowl glory. Confetti rained. Brothers embraced. Harlan lifted me in the pile. Whisper lost in roar. You did it. But climax crested off-field. Post-game party. Rooftop bar. Phoenix lights sprawling. Tyler pulled me aside. Drunk on victory and something darker. Jake. That night. Porch. Wasn't nothing. Eyes glassy. I felt it. With you. Shock. Ty. Becca knows. Leaving me. Collapse. Harlan? He saw it first. Warned me. Back off the kid. That's why the fight. Betrayal double-edged. Tyler's crush. Harlan's protection. You used it against him? Desperate. Tears. Sorry. I walked away, finding Harlan by the rail. City humming below. Truth. He nodded, weary. Tyler confessed months back. Confused, experimenting. Told him. Feelings pass, but team doesn't. He twisted it when cornered. Why not tell me? Protect you both. Hand on nape. Love you too much for drama. Words escaped. Love you. First time voiced. He kissed me then, public edge but ours. World be damned. Yet storm broke. Tyler's recant? Partial. Full story leaked. Anonymous source. Him. Headlines exploding. Husker love triangle. Coach. Star. Scandal. Sponsors fled. Boosters bayed. Harlan called to carpet. Resignation or firing. Climax. His office. Dawn light slanting. I quit. Tomorrow's presser. No. Throat closed. Fight. Can't. Not with you in crossfire. Cupped my face. GoPro. Shine. I'll be there. Stands, sidelines, wherever. Tears hot. Without you. With me. Always. Kiss farewell, salt sweet. He walked out, door clicking final. The presser was crucifixion. Cameras flashing like judgment. Harlan at the podium. Tie straight, voice even. Effective immediately, I stepped down. Grateful for the ride. No tears. No rants. Just grace, Heartland stoic. Questions flew. Relationship with Ellis? Tyler Reed's claims? He fielded clean. Mentorship. Nothing more. Kid's a pro, watch him soar. Me? He spared a shield to the end. Lincoln mourned. Vigils outside the Coliseum, scarlet candles flickering like prayers. Team statement. Coach Harlan built us. Forever Huskers. Tyler vanished, transferred, Whisper said, to some D2 school, chasing redemption in obscurity. Me? Draft buzz hummed. Mid-round projections. CFL invites stacking. But hollow. Football's thrill dimmed without his whistle. Spring thaw came slow, Platte swelling with melt. I trained solo. Dawn beach runs in Florida for the combine, weights clanging in empty gyms. Harlan texted sparse. Proud. Kill it. I called once. Voice cracking. Where are you? Pittsburgh. Visiting roots. Thinking of you. Pause. Come after. Promise. Combine. Indianapolis. February frost. Drills under scouts' microscopes. 40 times sizzling, routes crisp. Interviews probed. Heard about the drama? I owned it. Coach saved me. Gave me fight. Rest. Noise. Offers trickled, bills, undrafted free agent. I signed. Buffalo, wideout depth. Rookie minicamp. Upstate New York. Fields greening. Haze of potential, vets hazing, plays blurring. But nights? Empty hotel ghosts. Harlan drove up weekend 2. Truck rumbling into the lot. We met at a diner off I-90, booths cracked vinyl, pie steaming. He looked older, lines deeper, but eyes bright. Uniform looks good, Jake. You look like home. We talked hours. His gig, assistant at a high school, molding kids anew. My nerves, the roster battle. Under table, hands linked, simple, profound. Summer league. I stuck. Week 1 call-up. Opener. Monday night. High mark against Pats. Nerves atomic. 80K roaring, lights blinding. First snap. Jet sweep. 12 yards. Crowd chants. Elise. Elise. Touchdown catch 4th quarter. Game winner. Post. Interview glow but eyes scan stands. Empty. Halftime next week. Phone buzzed, watched. Heart full. Dinner after. He flew in, our first real date, no shadows. Italian joint in the falls, Niagara thundering nearby. Candlelight danced. Wine loosening tongues. Missed this, he said, fork midway. Us. Me too. Stories flowed, his boyhood games in mill lots, my hidden sketches. Yeah, I drew landscapes, mostly escapes. Show me sometime. Only if you pose. Laugh, easy. Fall deepened, my rookie year a grind, start sporadic but yards mounting. Harlan visited monthly. Games in Cleveland. Tailgates in Foxborough. Stands became our ritual. Him in Bill's gear, scarf against wind, cheering horse. Post-win, hotel lobbies. Hugs turning kisses, nights tangled in wonder. Not rush, bodies learning, souls sinking. But humanism's thread, not fairy tale but weave. Conflicts lingered. My knee twinged, reminding mortality. His past echoed in quiet doubts. Old dog, new tricks? We therapied it, counseling via Zoom, books on queer love in sports. We're pioneers, he'd say. Trailblazers with scars. Thanksgiving flew him to Omaha. Mom enveloped him, hug fierce, pie slice heaped. Heard stories, Harlan. Welcome, Dad. Handshake firm. Eyes appraising over turkey. Take care of him. Progress, glacial but real. Christmas. His Pittsburgh rancher. Tree twinkling. Snow soft outside. We baked, disaster cookies crumbling, and talked futures. Coaching college again? I asked. Flower dusted. Maybe. Or us travel. Sea coasts. Ice soft. Wherever. Together. New Year. Times Square on TV. Ball dropping as we toasted. To fights one. Off-season. Pro-am tourney. Then retreat, Yellowstone, geysers steaming like our talks. Trails wound, hands brushing. One ridge, vast valley below, he stopped. Jake Ellis, you saved me. Benchwarmer to beacon. Kneeling? No equal. Ring simple, silver band etched with a football seam. Partners. Always. Tears, joy salt. Years blurred. My Pro Bowl nod, his head coaching gig at a Mac school, young blood, inclusive ethos. We built. Foundation in Lincoln, visits to kids' camps where he preached heart over hustle. Tyler resurfaced once, email apology raw. Found my way. Happy for you. Forgiven, not forgotten. Climax's echo faded. Humanism bloomed. Not perfect, arguments over schedules, knee braces, media sniffs, but rooted. American dream, queered. Two guys, gridiron grit, loving fierce under big skies. Last game, Super Bowl whisper, us versus them, confetti dreams. Harlan in luxury box, sign. From bench to bowl. Post-victory, we won, 27-24. OT magic. Field rush. His arms, kiss public, world cheering. In quiet after, hotel balcony, city lights sprawling. Thought you saw Benchwarmer. Always saw you, Jake. Heart first. And in that, redemption not grand but true. Human.